Hello friends, welcome back to This is the Police. Last episode we got a note, and I have no idea what it means. So let's just continue on with our lives and pretend it never happened, right? Robbins, some friends of mine asked to help out at the animal shelter. No. End of story. I don't even need to listen to the rest of your spiel. You're asking for a day off, you're not getting it. Simple. Old Merkbow Reach, Bob Bernard and friends. Ah, wow, okay. Bruno Savini turned out to be a member of a gang known as Atala Funeral Home. He could help you to take down the gang if you make him an informant. I'd love to. Chief, the suspect is denying everything. If we want to get to this guy's boss, we'll have to loosen his tongue. Proceed. Or, this isn't my first rodeo. Don't bother me with this nonsense anymore. This is going to be a tutorial, I think, so proceed. So the boss appears to be Federica Laterza. We can interrogate Savini. Or we could just arrest him as he is for $9,000, but we'll interrogate him. We've prepared a profile on the suspect. The information we have gathered will help you identify his weak points and use them during the interrogation. When asking questions, be careful. If you screw up too many times, the suspect will likely refuse to cooperate and will have to either give up or resort to extreme measures. So this is Bruno Savini. He is male, 18 years old. Subject suffers from phonophobia, once hospitalised for electric burns, and since then he avoids electricity. Efforts by psychologists to help him deal with his childhood traumas have proven unsuccessful. So he doesn't like loud noises, and he doesn't like electricity. As a child, he was a competitive swimmer, placed in dozens of competitions. Gave up the sport after an unpleasant experience. After he finished swimming lessons one evening, some girls locked him inside his locker and left him alone there all night. Since then, he has repeatedly appealed to psychologists to help him with his fear of dark and closed spaces. He was also regularly exposed to violence at home. After the death of his parents in an automobile accident, Bruno Savini dedicated himself to his studies and graduated high school with honours. He received a scholarship to a prestigious college where he was counted one of the three best students. He also took several side jobs while he was in school. On one of these jobs, at Atala Funeral Home, he met Dante Gambino. They have since grown close. Mr. Gambino has assisted Savini in the past, bailing him out when Savini got into minor jams. He's even listed as Savini's emergency contact. Okay. Fear of loud noises, electricity, dark, closed spaces, and probably violence. Bruno Savini? Who do you deliver drugs for? Who do you work for? I've always wanted grey hair. You do something special to take care of it? Who do you work for? I'm my own boss, pig. Okay, so we already know you're in with Dante Gambino. Does he work for you, or is it the other way around? Okay, so we already... right. We do know he's in with Dante Gambino, but... I don't think doing it that way is going to help us. How about you simplify your life and help us out a little bit? Your mother isn't happy about what's going on here. She just called the police station in tears. Okay. Listen, you're young and clever. You help us, we'll help you. We'll put in a good word for you. You might even get to go to college after all. Yeah, definitely the last one. College? You assholes don't know anything about me. He's... okay. How about... maybe we should go for the Dante Gambino route. That's the first time I'm hearing that name. Right, okay. You are lying. Gambino adopted you after the death of your parents. He's your new daddy. He's repeatedly bailed you out of here. You'd be a fool if you deny it. We record everything. This envelope contains photos from a surveillance camera showing you buying drugs from Dante Gambino. You're lying. I can't prove it, but I can smell a liar from a mile away. Adopted you. Okay. Damn, he wouldn't spit out a confession. Now we can either ditch the case or forget the rule book and beat the truth out of him. Start torture. Remember about the profile, Jack. Take some time to learn the bastard and you'll know exactly where to press. Don't forget you have to break his will, not his body. If you screw up, we'll try to resuscitate him, but be prepared that next time he might not wake up. God, this is dark. So electric shock, that's a possibility. Darkness, we'll use that. Electric shock. We win. Okay, I'll tell you everything. It was Dante Gambino. I got the drugs from him. I just did what he asked. He could have just told us that. So, Dante Gambino. Start to investigate. Keeps drugs at the Italo funeral home. Beasley and Moser. You're on it. $4,362 from sale of automatic weapon. Let's take 50% of that for ourselves. Should we take everything? Nah, we'll go 2,100-ish. That's fine. So we have Guy and Baloney. With disorderly conduct in the city centre. A bus driver just called in, reporting that a group of teenagers were running down the street, throwing stones at the shop windows. The man told them to stop, but for his trouble, he was struck in the head by a rock. Stovall, Robbins, take your new protege, who may be about 90 years old, Tony Baloney. Stovall and Baloney look very similar. Investigation has started on drug possession. Okay, disorderly conduct is more serious than they thought. So, Purdy, take the other new guy. We'll get 5 of you down there.
911 in progress.
Theft in the suburbs. Some items went missing at the home of Veronica Long. Items worth over $10,000. A friend and I were sitting together in the evening, drinking wine, and on a lark, Clara said we should try on my jewels. We had fun putting on rings and necklaces, trying different things together, then we set everything back in the box. My friend went home, and I decided to look at my jewellery one more time. That's when I noticed 4 rings were missing. I was literally wearing them an hour ago. They're very expensive, and have been my family for generations. So, it's your friend Clara then? Nordlander, Godbomber, Krause. Report on disorderly conduct. Vendor caught, officers unharmed. And it's a good start for Tony Baloney, and indeed Indian named fellow Mr. Guy. Okay, so there are 4 frames to catch Dante Gambino. That's fine. Can't see that one being particularly difficult to solve. The police have arrived at Clara Long's residence. Her husband opened the door. She shot a look at the police and ran away down the hall, but soon returned and sat on the sofa. Discuss yesterday's football game with the husband, ask for tea and calmly interrogate the couple. Order the woman to immediately bring out the stolen items. Let's ask for tea and calmly interrogate.
911.
Yep, we did well. And we found the jewellery. And we're going to be just as bad as they were and go ahead and sell it on. Suicide threat at the Sophocles Theatre of Drama. A theatre director called in reporting that one of the young dancers had locked herself in her dressing room and wouldn't respond to knocks at the door. I don't have the strength to break down the door. I'm afraid the girl might have done something to herself. She was very upset to learn that she won't be among the principal cast in the upcoming premiere. I can't see this being particularly difficult to solve, so Purdy and Guy, get yourselves out there. Apologies for the commotion here, I'm just rearranging myself. Mafia assignment, Christopher G. Sand. We have something going down today at Sardius Jewellery Store at 1900, 7 o'clock. We wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think $1,000 should be enough for such a request. That's not very much, Sand. But at the same time, I don't know if I have the balls to get involved in it, so... Smuggling at the port. Port officers opened a container, and instead of cement as is specified in the documents, they found boxes of very rare and expensive alcohol. Soon after, an SUV approached the place, and 3 armed men got out. Screams and gunshots were heard. Right, serious case at last. Stovall. Robbins, Nordlander, Godbomber, Krause, Baloney, SWAT team, Paddy Wagon.
411.
Report on the suicide threat. Our officers broke down the door and found that the dancer had simply fallen asleep. Yeah. No new cops to hire. We could drop a crime trap and kill the officers that have been requested. At the moment, our solved to failed rate is 127 to 22. Not bad at all. Okay. Oh, shit. Jack, I thought we had an understanding, but your lack of respect is making me think otherwise. Remember, we don't treat our enemies with kid gloves. Don't make this mistake again. What did I do? Situation is more serious than we thought. Let's get everyone out there and hope for the best.
911 in progress.
That's the theft at the Sardius Jewellery Store, which we're ignoring anyway. What did I do to Sand? I don't understand.
1110 complete.
Report on smuggling. That was at the port. We have all 10 cops at this, with a paddy wagon and a SWAT team. And they did well. We found alcohol. Go ahead, sell it.
910C in progress.
Thank you from Christopher Sand, $1,000. Report on the theft, which was ignored. No one was killed, so that's something at least. Armed robbery at a boutique, which we're waiting on officers getting back for. They'll be back in plenty of time, of course. An obese woman wearing a bunny mask entered the boutique and told the saleswoman to put all the money from the register into a sports bag. When the clerk laughed, The woman wearing the mask pulled out a gun and fired it into the air. Another customer at the store whispered from the dressing room beside the money she also wanted a red dress, size XL. Dream team with the newbies. Let's go. Okay, hit and run. No new frames, right? We're opening the investigation. We're going to find out exactly what's happened here. This is the one that's the... It seems to be the grey Jeep. It's not the white truck. We're not buying that. And all of these frames, however, have the truck. This would be the grey truck that didn't have any license plates. Might be looking for a Jeep or a truck. Surveillance camera definitely has a grey Jeep with a cracked windshield though. Is that a red herring? It could be. Okay, say for argument's sake, it's the truck. Oh. Right, okay. That looks like it could be right. Walking along the street. No, I still don't think we can solve this one. Sorry, guys. Important drug possession, we won't have enough frames for that yet, so that's fine. Report on the armed robbery. Okay, end of the day. I'm quite worried about the fact that there doesn't seem to be a reasonable order of events for the hit and run. But hey, we will get frames eventually, we know we will, so let's not fret. Day 64. We have another note. Garbage collection fee increases 25%. Freeburg hockey team on strike, 3 months without pay. Christ icon discovered in foundation of Buddhist temple. We are now 2 thumbs up with City Hall, 3 thumbs up with the Mafia. A watched pot never boils. I presume that's Robespierre. It's got to be, but...
What's this, Martin? Think that'll cover breakfast?
Good Lord, Jack. You should knock.
Don't worry, Martin. I don't care what kind of business you're up to. Although on second thought, scratch that. I'm very interested in your business. In fact, that's why I'm here. You have a lot of connections?
Depends on what you need.
I want to keep my job. I've got another 5 years in me at least. I want to prove my dismissal is illegal. You know someone who can help?
Jack, are you sure you want to get involved in this fight?
Martin, let's not,
Got yourself a new toy?
Oh, you noticed, Martin. Just like a teenager. Always on the move. Yeah.
Hello. Is this Mr. Boyd?
Last I checked, who's this? And where did you get my personal number?
When you work at the prosecutor's office, it's not too hard to find someone's phone number.
The prosecutor's office? Just a second. Martin, out. I need to take this.
But Jack, it's my office.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. I'll go grab an ice cream. As for your little problem, Jack, I think we can work something out. Give me a couple of weeks.
Weeks?
Jack, what you're asking is...
Yeah, okay, I get it. Now get out already. I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
My name is Lana Berman. I'm the deputy prosecutor of Freeburg. Well, one of the deputies. Not even the first deputy, to tell you the truth.
How can I help you, Miss Berman?
I don't know how to say this, Mr. Boyd. You see, Mr. Boyd, I'm in line to be the next prosecutor of Freeburg, and apparently that's happening quite soon.
Soon? Shea Broom was just re-elected for a new term.
Yes, but she'll be resigning in February. She's suffering from a heart condition, so she's chosen a replacement to carry out her term, and she chose me. You have no idea of the scandal, Mr. Boyd. I've only been at the prosecutor's office for half a year, and she chose me. It's incredible.
That really is unbelievable, Miss Berman. But what's it got to do with me?
Well, I understand how this call would seem strange to you, Mr. Boyd, but Mrs. Broom said she said that you have a lot going on, but you're the most honest official in the city. And if I really want to change the city for the better, and I swear that's what I want, then I should meet you.
I'm afraid Mrs. Broom was exaggerating.
Oh, believe me, Mr. Boyd, Mrs. Broom is not one to exaggerate. I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd, I need to run. Do you mind if I call you later?
Do I mind? Let me think. No, I don't mind, Miss Berman.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd.
Okay. There's stripes to give out for shift B this time. Is it possible to give someone who has 3 stripes another stripe? Don't know. But I think what we're gonna do is give Ozaki a third strike. Because Team Asia has been nothing but consistently good. White Russian, Stan Zeller. This is groovy. Okay. Jack, we just got a complaint from the Human Rights Committee. They claim that the police department has been practicing torture. We were able to hush everything up, but we are very disappointed in you, Jack. We don't need our public institutions attracting that kind of attention. Damn. We sold a pot plant. We got $2. Take it all. We'll retire now. Oh, we have requests for City Hall. We'll just go across the board, I think. A bit of everything. Gonna wait for new cops to get in here, I think. Fight in the city centre. Noise from a garbage truck woke up a vagabond who was sleeping on a nearby bench. The homeless man became angry and went to scold the truck's driver. A fight soon erupted. Newly promoted Ozaki with Tsubaki and Murata, also known as Team Asia. Quiet start to the morning then. Theft at Desire Park. Jose Mumo reported a run-in with a pickpocket at the park. His wallet was stolen, along with some documents and an expensive watch. I'm sure it was that red-haired brat. He was rubbing all over me. Well, if it's redheads you're into, here's Campy. But she's with Vandal. In more ways than one, may I say. Report on the fight. Team Asia knocking it out the park. Ryoka Murata 16 and 0. Even Tsubaki and Ozaki can't keep up with that. Ozaki is 32 and 1, ladies and gentlemen. 32 and 1. Sitting quietly on the bench is a red-haired guy who fits the description, but in the distance there's a woman struggling with a young man in a hood, shouting and clutching her bag. Keep an eye open for other suspects. Rush to the red-haired guy on the bench. Rush to the woman and guy in the hoodie. It's going to be the guy in the hoodie, isn't it? The guy in the hoodie notices the police and tries to escape. He stumbles, and several wallets and pieces of jewellery come tumbling from his pockets. Try to chase the fleeing man down, walk over to the bench and hit the red-haired guy in the face. Shoot the fleeing man with a taser. Tasered. Yup, it all went well. Unsurprisingly, really. How's Vandal's record? 34 and 3. Well, he's not bad, I suppose. Sven Jorgensen's quietly racked up 11 and 0, though. Fraud in residential area. Hello, I was contacted by a lawyer named Donald Horton Jr., who told me some wonderful news. It turns out I'm a distant relative of a Nigerian prince who recently died, and he left me $15 billion. I only need to pay $20,000 in gold bullion to open an account to receive the money. But I noticed the lawyer carries a pistol, so I decided to play it safe and call in a police escort to make sure everything goes smoothly. Team Asia. Go and deal with the Nigerian prince. Public indecency at a bus stop. Phyllis Emery is clearly beside herself. This jerk took out his crooked dick in the middle of a crowded bus and started to poke me with it. God, it was so disgusting I screamed, and several of the men on the bus grabbed the pervert and wrestled him to the ground. Kemp Van Dahl. Report on the fraud. We sent Team Asia to that one. We got them. City Hall had a wall repainted by some hooligans. If the police can't do their jobs in a timely manner and send these criminals to prison, they can spend their shifts cleaning off the wall. Well, we have the right people for it. Hello newbies, welcome to newbie jobs.
214 complete.
Public indecency report. Van Dahl and Kemp. All fine. Team Asia made it back. Dowell and Robbins won't be joining us for the rest of the day, I don't think. Theft in the parking lot, drug sales in the drugstore. Kinda makes sense, right? An eyewitness saw a man in a pickup truck, cruising down roads, stopping at every parked car, and siphoning off the fuel into the spare tanks he carried in the back. A passerby went up to him, but saw the guy had a gun, and ran. Team Unflappable and drug sales at the drugstore.
113 in progress.
We have 3 crimes waiting to be answered right now. That's since we only have 5 cops. That could be an issue. An elderly man called the station in a rage. I went to the drugstore to buy a hearing aid and some pain reliever, and the guy behind the counter tried to sell me cocaine. Yeah, I don't think he did, mate. Let's see if we can send someone out alone for it. Nope. Okay. Jorgensen, take Kabilius. Armed robbery at the Magpie Publishing House. Well, we can get a SWAT team on this one. An armed man entered a publishing office and demanded a copy of the new novel by writer Ivan Bykov, which had just gone to press. Pongdana's not going on his own either. So Pongdana with Kemp. Carjacking at the Hell on Wheels car dealership. We may not get to in time. Because Van Dahl's not going to go out to it on his own, is he? Oh god, it's a 7 cop crime. Yeah, I think we're ignoring that one. Definitely at least 6 people involved. Assault with a deadly weapon. Oh, the suspect has been sighted. He squatted down next to someone's car, one end of a hose in the gas tank. The other end of the hose is in the suspect's mouth. Apparently he's trying to siphon fuel. Sneak up close behind him and strike a match to see him better. God. Draw weapons and slowly approach the subject. Take the hose out of your mouth and put your hands up. Draw weapons and approach. He sees the police, quickly pulls a gun from his rear holster. He shoots wildly and misses. Shoot the gas tank, rush the suspect and tackle him, or shoot the man. Rush him.
911.
All successful. Well done, guys.
1111.
Report on drug sales.
Officer on scene. Look for
Oh, armed robbery. The man fires his shotgun into the air and yells at the editor, "Better bring me that fucking book right now, or you'll be the hero in tomorrow's obituaries. You there, throw down your weapon, or you'll be reading all about it in the morgue." There's a small factual error with that. Shoot the criminal with a taser, or ask the editor for a second copy of the book. Taser. And that went well, as expected. Sorry guys. Reporting the carjacking. No one died. That's fine. Reporting drug sales. Yeah. The old man has a hearing problem. The pharmacist was explaining that the old man's Vicodin prescription had expired, and he mistakenly heard something about cocaine. I knew that was going to be a false alarm. Should not have sent people out to it. Assault with a deadly weapon. Unicorns of Arcadia Gay Club. During a performance, someone began shouting racist speech at a black singer, then fired several shots from a pistol. The room descended into panic and everyone ran for the exits. Team Asia plus Vandal plus the Paddy Wagon. Go, go, go. And Kubilius and Jorgensen are back to answer this DUI in the city centre. A passerby reported a dark sedan speeding through red lights, swerving from side to side. He's got to be drunk or stoned. Just thought you'd want to know. I think Jorgensen and Kubilius want to know. They want to know where to get the drugs from. We have a report on the hit and run. No new frames. Detectives on the case. Everyone. We want absolutely everyone on that case.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
The assault with a deadly weapon in the gay club. More serious than they thought, so Pongdana and Kemp are going to get their asses out there. A police cruiser caught up with the sedan, which is swerving dangerously all over the road. Run the sedan into the curb, follow behind it, stop the engine immediately. Stop the engine. The sedan suddenly turns into an underground parking garage. Follow him, head up the other way, tell the attendant to block all the exits. Block the exits.
112 complete.
And that went well, of course. We found pharmaceuticals. Okay, wonder what we'll get for that. Maybe $3? That's the end of the day. We're waiting for Team Asia with Vandal, Pongdana and Kemp to come back from the Unicorn. Assault with the deadly weapon report. And of course that went well too. So we can end day 64 with our heads held high. That sounded like it could have been a reasonably serious situation. We did send a fair number of officers to it, but, you know, it was successful in the end. So our next episode will begin with day 65. You'll see these wonderful newspaper headlines and another note from Robespierre. So you've got that to look forward to. But until then, I'd love it if you like, comment and subscribe on the video. And join us again for the next one. Till then, thanks for watching, friends.